Hi guys, my name is Amber, and today I want to talk to you about something that has been weighing heavily on my heart. I had a series of three dreams about a mega tsunami hitting Earth, and I saw three very specific areas that I saw it hitting, and I would like to share with you what I saw. Now, I'm not one that normally posts videos. I like watching the videos, but I don't do this for likes or subscribes. But I feel like at this point, I need to release this information. If there is somebody in harm's way, I would feel horrible if I didn't say anything and something would happen to them or their family. And I've been going over and over with myself whether or not even to post this. I had these dreams about 3 to 4 years ago, and I was scared to even mention it to anybody for fear of somebody might judge me or call me crazy because I had these, or maybe it was from something I ate the night before. It wasn't anything like that. These were not your run-of-the-mill dreams. These dreams were vivid to the point where I felt like I was actually in them and dealing with this tsunami head on. The detail in these dreams were astounding, and even to this day I remember every single detail. And so these weren't the average dreams that I have where it's nonsensical and then when I wake up the next morning you don't remember them. These, I believe, were prophetic in nature. I believe God sent them to me because not for fear, not to make anybody fearful, but ultimately to prepare somebody. I'm not in the way of the tsunamis that I saw. I don't live anywhere near these tsunamis areas that I saw, but I just thought it was time. And I would feel horrible if I didn't say anything about this and somebody could be put in harm's way or their family could be put in harm's way, because I do feel like these dreams are something that will occur in the future. And the only time frame I got, I'll discuss it in the first dream, but unfortunately I don't have a pinned down time frame for this. But without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and go through my first dream that I had. So in my first dream, like I said, I've never had any dreams like this ever before this. The first dream, I was located in Asheville, North Carolina. And if you know anything about Asheville, which I didn't at this time, it's up in the Smoky Mountains, closer to the North Carolina border. So it's probably a good 5 hours from the coastline. So it's not in low-lying land, it's not coastal land, it's up in the mountains. So I was confused as to why I would see this huge wave coming into Asheville. So what I saw was the city of Asheville, North Carolina, beautiful city. And I saw this huge tidal wave coming in. And this thing was hundreds of feet taller than their tallest buildings. So I didn't understand this because Asheville's up in the mountains. It didn't make sense to me. But it was a nice day out, but when I saw the wave, it was gray. So I don't know what the significance of the color gray is, but it just went gray. And like I said, this thing was gigantic. If I could explain to you just how tall this thing was, it would be that any of the Hollywood movies that you see on tsunamis or disaster movies, this thing was so much bigger than those. It was awful. It put a fear in me that was, I can't even explain what I saw other than it's so much bigger than these Hollywood movie disaster waves. And it was barreling in toward the city. It was going so fast, and it destroyed the buildings. It destroyed the city. And then all of a sudden, I'm taken northwest of Asheville, excuse me, to a little suburb. There were houses up in the mountain overlooking the city. And so I'm taken to a house, a specific house up there. And all of a sudden, I'm inside the house and I see a woman looking out of her bay window that directly looks over the city, and she's witnessing this wave just coming right at her. And this woman, I could tell, had on a white and gray sweater on, and she had blue jeans, and her hair was brown, curly brown hair, and it was up in a ponytail. And so I'm behind her looking at her, staring out of her window, and she's watching this wave come at her, and she knows it's going to hit. She knows it's going to tear her house off of its foundations, but she's doing whatever she can to hopefully live. So she rushes to her bathroom, closest to the kitchen and the living area, and she gets in the tub as if preparing for this huge wave to hit the house. And it does. But before it does, I'm transported maybe 1,000 feet up in the air, looking down on that house that the lady's in. And the moment the wave impacted, it jolted. It jolted the house. And at this point, I knew the lady had died. Okay, I knew she was no longer alive. So I just felt that maybe when her soul left her body, that's when I was transported up. It was just this huge jolt feeling. And then I'm looking down at this house, and the house gets jolted off of its foundation, and it is in this muddy brown water. It looks like hot chocolate, okay? And then one by one, I see the houses around hers gets ripped off of their foundation, and they're going in this muddy water. And it looked like it was a washing machine on high agitation. It was so violent, so violent. So I don't think anybody could have survived this wave. And that's when my dream ends. That's the first dream. And so when I wake up, this dream shook me to my core. I was crying. I never experienced anything like this ever in my life. And I felt like I was actually experiencing this calamity inside of this dream. So it was so real feeling to me. And then just to know that if this were to happen, and I started to think, this is like a prophetic dream. And I'm like, well, if this really happens, who's going to survive this in this area? I don't know how that's even possible, because she's up in the mountains and it's still getting her. So then I started thinking about it. If it's all the way up in Asheville, North Carolina, and then going towards the mountains of the Tennessee, North Carolina border, that means every other low-lying city or house in between, all the way down to Florida, South Carolina, that's all lower lying. So that would be gone. It would just be gone. So, and what you have to understand is what I saw. It wasn't just the initial wave, which is gigantic, that I saw. It's the deluge that comes in over and over. It's just the ocean pushing inward, and it keeps going and it keeps going. So it's not even the initial wave that you have to worry about, which is awful. But it's just that the water keeps going in and keeps going in and keeps going in, and it wasn't stopping. So it was awful. It was awful to witness in dream form. But what I also found weird is the second dream. And again, I don't have dreams like this. This is not normal for me. The second dream happened about a week later. So when I had the first dream, I was concerned. But I just, shrugged it off as, okay, I don't know why I had that, but it's just one dream. So a week later, I have the second dream. In this one, I was in the southwest coast of England in a house overlooking the ocean. And I could tell it's kind of like a farmhouse. And I don't know if this is a specific location, but I just took it to be England, okay? The south coast of England. And so I'm in this house doing whatever. And I look out the window, and of course it's a sunny day, but I get sight of this wave coming in. Again, a tsunami. And this thing is huge. It's huge, and it's barreling into the coast. So I get in this truck, And I try, I get out, run out of the house, jump into the truck, and I'm just trying to escape. I'm trying to escape this thing. And this was near a farm, or on a farm. And so I'm jamming out of this place, trying to escape this wave that I know is going to hit any moment. And then I see the wave hit, and it's hitting a barrier. So like the boulders that you would have on the coastline to stop the larger waves from, doing damage inland. It's throwing these rocks like nothing. The rocks are nothing. And then I get to a little river, I forget what you call them, where you have, you might have a road going over this little waterway. And the waterway was made out of it was just dirt. It wasn't cement or anything, and I see the water coming in, and it's tearing everything up in its path. So basically, that's when my dream stopped. But I think the moral of the story on that dream was to show me that no man-made barrier that you can make to keep water out, to keep the large waves out, it won't do anything to this. Okay, you'll be left defenseless against this wave. And I got the sense that this was also the same incident. Okay, it's the same incident tied to the East Coast tsunami dream that I had. Okay, even though it wasn't in the coast, it was in Asheville, North Carolina, but it was the same incident. Okay, it's a wave that was connected to the one that destroyed the East Coast that I had just had a dream of. So same incident. Now, mind you, I didn't see what caused this. You can assume that something of this size and nature might be caused by asteroid strike. Maybe a very large asteroid hits us. I don't know. Was it an earthquake out at sea? A really large earthquake? I don't know. I didn't see that part. I was just seeing the aftermath. Okay, I was seeing the chaos. I was seeing the wave come in, and I'm seeing the chaos. I'm seeing people deal with this, okay, and what it would look like, which was awful. Okay, luckily I didn't see anybody getting harmed by this in the England dream. But a week later, after the second dream, I have the third and final dream. Okay, this third dream, I got the sense from the dream that it's an island off the coast of Malaysia. Never been there. Never been to that part of the world. So I don't know why I'm having a dream about this place. But again, it's a very vivid and specific dream. I am facing, if you were to look at a map of this place, I'm on the western coast of whatever island this is. And it's not like you would look at pictures of Dubai or some really nice wealthy places. This place was not that place. It was beautiful, but it was not as developed. The people that lived here did not have the money that the people in the more developed countries would have. So I'm walking southbound on the western coast of this island on a sandy / dirt kind of frontage road to the beach. And so to the east of me, there appeared to be like a rice paddy field or some sort of green stalks, leaves coming up, really tall leaves. And then just next to that is the main road, which is just dirt. And it's a wider road than that frontage road. And it goes eastward to the eastern part of that area. And so across from the I'm going to call it a rice paddy field. I don't know what other plant this was. But across from that, across the road, were a row of, like I'm going to call them mom and pop shops. And they had the awnings, so little tiny markets, so family-owned, family-run markets or stores. So yeah, they were little markets, so small markets, and then they had awnings over them. Most of them were blue, so blue awnings, and they went pretty much for the whole length of the street. And there were people milling about. And to describe the people, they were wearing shorts. Obviously, it's was a warmer weather climate. And they had long black hair. They looked, I guess, Asian in a sense, but they had darker skin, so tanned skin. And then they were wearing sandals that were made of leather, so flip-flops and different kind of sandals that were leather. And so as I'm walking south along the beach, everything's nice and sunny, but again, I look to my right and I see this humongous wave barreling in towards us. And of course, when I look at the wave, it's gray. Again, the color gray. I'm not sure what the significance of that is. So if you know what that means, leave it in the comments. Let me know, because that's a little perplexing to me that all three dreams, the color gray was barreling in at me from this wave. And so when I see this wave, I start running towards the main street and I start screaming at people, there's a wave coming, there's tidal wave, tsunami, tsunami. And everybody starts panicking. There's chaos, just chaos ensues. And on the street are rickshaws. And I get in one and this guy is jamming. He's going as fast as he can and he's trying not to hit the people that are running. And it's just chaos. And after this, my dream ends. And what was really sad about that one is this island was rather flat. So I knew that when this wave hit, these people were gone. And I guess with any of them, especially the first and the third dream, if you were on the coast when you saw this thing, it's too late for you. It's just too late. There's no escaping it. I mean, pour yourself a nice glass of tea, a cocktail, whatever, say your prayers, and just be with your loved ones, I guess, because just how fast this thing was barreling in and how it's just gigantic. There was just no escaping this. So if you were to even try to escape it and get caught up in traffic, that would be awful. But so I don't know what to say. It was just an awful experience, experiencing all three of these dreams. And then when I had the third and final dream, it really worried me, because I know what the significance of 3 is. Usually when you have one dream, it's like, okay, that's a little worrisome, but maybe it's nothing. When you have 2, you need to start paying attention. 3, something's really going to happen here. You really need to pay attention to this. And I'm not trying to fear monger on here. That's not my intention here. But if you live in these areas or you have family that lives in these areas, maybe you have to have a real conversation with yourself and with your loved ones. I don't know. I don't know what the answer is for you. I can't do that for you, but I do think that if this message pertains to you and your family and it's weighing heavily on your heart, I would say take this matter to the Lord. Start praying about it. See what he wants you to do. I don't know what to say. I wish I had a more definite time frame. The only thing that I can say about the time frame is, in the first dream, I was behind the lady looking at her as she's looking at this incoming wave, and she looked like she was dressed like we would dress today. No changes. It looked like somebody from today, not 20 years back, not 50 years back, not so futuristic that I wouldn't understand their clothing, or the house she was in looked like a nice house. It looked like a newer house. The furnishings, the kitchen, everything looked like something that you would see today. So, definitely concerns me, okay? And, I finally came to the realization that, if I have something like this message, I need to release it so that if there are others of you out there that feel like this message is meant for you, start praying about it, okay? I can't give you an answer on if you should get out of a certain area, when you should get out of a certain area. I wish I had this information, but I don't know if it's a judgment. I don't know. We've had these in the past. I mean, we've had meteorites strike. it's a possibility that could be what it's from. It's a possibility it could be earthquake related. I don't know. But anyway, again, I don't mean to make anybody fearful, but I believe dreams like this are given to people in order to prepare. Okay. And again, I hope it never happens. I hope this was just nothing. And even if it is a judgment, I do believe those things can be stayed. You know, if enough people pray about it and ask for something like that to pass by them or to be stayed for another time. I don't know. I hope that's not what this is. And I hope it never happens. But again, I'm sorry. It's kind of heavy. But anyway, I just thought you guys should know. Thank you.